Hari Om to all of you. So, yesterday, I don't know whether you saw what I saw. Lord Krishna is declaring the highest. Ashocyan anvashochastvam. Tvam anvashochaha. You are grieving for Ashocyan, for those who should not be grieved for. And yet, Prajnavadams Chabashase. Yet you are talking like a wise man, the Pandit. So, hey Arjuna, you are grieving for those who should not be grieved, and yet you are talking like a wise man. True wise people do not grieve. They do not grieve continuously. Gatasun agatasumscha nanushochanti panditaha. Gatasun means prana's gone. Prana's gone means dead. Agatasun means pranas not yet gone, means the living. So gatasun agatasumscha means the dead or the living. Panditaha na anushochanti. The wise grieve not continuously. And Arjuna cries out, how can I not grieve? My grandsire, my guru, they will die. And you say grieve not? How rude you are. You are a sadist, Krishna. Lord smiles. Bhagavan is always compassionate. Lord says, think. Think andi, Telugu people. Tamil, think, thinkinga, think, thinkinga, that way. Think ji, Hindi. So Arjuna's sorrow is, my grandsire Bhishma will die and my guru will die. Think, Arjuna, who is your grandsire? Who is your guru? Have you thought over? Are they the body? Or are they the mind and intellect, the jiva? Or are they Atman, the divine self? From body standpoint, if you analyze, body is anitya, perishable. Whatever you may do, it will perish. Its nature is to perish. So do you grieve for the perishable? If you say, yes, Swamiji, I grieve, that means you are not wise. You are otherwise. Wise will never grieve for anitya vastu, for the perishable. Okay, what about mind, intellect standpoint, the jiva bhava, from the individuality standpoint? Your grandsire, your guru, Bhishma and Drona, they are great souls, noble souls, Mahanubhavan. So they will go to heaven, better place than here. What you are giving, whatever conditions you are providing, it's a much, much better place for them there. So it's better that they leave the body and enjoy the heavenly abode. What about the felons, Duryodhana, etc.? Duryodhana and all. One thing is, they say in the war time, when anybody dies, they first go to Veera Swarga and then later on based on the past. So Duryodhana and all, they will go to hell. But hell also, why should you grieve? Because hell is a laundry service. The felons are washed, pressed, and they come out clean. So why grieve? So wise will never grieve. So Arjuna is shocked. Then Krishna says, from Atman standpoint, Atman the self, Atma is Nitya, eternal. Therefore, no death. So why grieve? Think? Tasmat. Therefore, no sorrow whatsoever. No grief from any standpoint. Now apply to yourself. Think, am I the body? Or am I the mind intellect? Or am I the self divine? So apply the same thing. Body perishing. Am and I, if I did good karma, heavenly abode. And my divine self, the self in me, eternal. But our vision is so limited. I, my. Ego, egocentric desires. Selfishness, selfish desires. Therefore, when my money gone, I cry. By crying, if you can make money, then many will make millions. You can make millions by crying. By crying, you can never get any money. Okay, Swamiji, money gone, I will not grieve because I will earn it again because I have the ability. I earned it before. I can again earn. What about health? If health gone, should I not grieve? Will it not cause grief? Yes, it will cause grief. I have a headache. So what do? I take an aspirin and then sit quiet. What else can you do? Not continuously grieving and cause headache for all around you. Imagine that. So Panditaha Nanushochanti, the wise grieve not continuously. But you see, you're worried about the health of the body. Actually, when the body is healthy, we must wonder how come the body is healthy. Because our body is like a balloon. When the balloon bursts, will you cry? But your child will cry. And the enlightened father in you explains to the child, don't you know that the balloons burst? Very wise. And the share market fell. Father cries. The child comes and consoles father. So we easily understand balloon condition, balloon bursting, but not shares falling. Moreover, we say that we should wonder if the balloon did not burst. The body is like a balloon. How many holes? One hole you prick the balloon bursts. But the body has so many holes. Yet, the air is coming, air is going. See, what a miracle of miracles. And one day or one night, this body will burst. But the wise will never grieve. Nanushochanti panditaha. The wise never grieve. Continuously keep on grieving. Don't think Arjuna understood. If you have not understood, don't worry. Even Arjuna did not understand. But he felt consoled. Like yesterday I gave the example of raid and they have taken all your files. So your friends comes and says, don't worry. I can pull some strings in the income tax department and bring your files back. But it'll be 50-50. 50-50, I don't know what is 50-50, but this man whose house was raided, he feels consoled. Why? My friend, he'll pull the strings and get my files back. See that? That consolation. So, hey Arjuna, you are grieving because you are thinking your grandsire and your guru will die and all my kith and kin will die. So now Lord declares, no one dies. There was never a time when I was not. There was never a time when you were not. And there was never a time when these kings, were not. Nor there will be a time when we will not be in the future. Means we are eternal. This cannot be from the body standpoint. Body is perishable. So it is from the standpoint of Atman, the eternal self. So Arjuna is shocked. You mean to say I was always there? I am eternal? How? And Krishna gives with an example. Just as I was in my childhood. I was in my youth. Now I am even in my old age. The same I. Tatha dehantara prapti. So too when I will be even after this old body dies. It is the death of the body. I, the mind, intellect, will survive the death of the body. So death is not the dead end. Dhiras tatra na muhyati. One who has no delusion, such a person is called dhira. So think. Krishna keeps on. So Gurudev always used to say, think, thinkandi, thinkaji, thinkanga. So always remember, you cannot suffer. Always put some big posters in your place where you can see now and then. Always remember, you cannot suffer. And you don't suffer. Then who suffers? Whenever you say, I'm suffering, who suffers? The person you imagine to be suffers. So too, you cannot die. Then who dies? The person you imagine to be dies. You imagine yourself as a child, then as youth, then as adult, and the childhood died. Youthhood died. Then adulthood also died. So body is just like a tool. Take care of it. As you would take care of any instrument, a tool, that your precious tool. Give it a shower, clothe it, feed it timely. Thus, take care of the body. So you have observed in this body itself how many times you have taken up new body. How many times you gave up the earlier body. First infant body, the tiny infant body. You gave up the tiny infant body. And then took what? The childhood body. Childhood body you gave up. And then took adolescent body. Adolescent body also you gave up. And then took teen body. The teen body also you gave up. And took youth body. Youth body also you gave up. Then young adult body. Young adult body also you gave up. Then took adult body. Then adulterated. Then you gave up the adult body also and took middle-aged body. Middle-aged body going down the hill. Then you gave up the middle-aged body also. And then took senior citizen. All benefits. So when you give up the senior citizen body, will you die? You did not die when the body died 8 times. Will you die when the body dies the 9th time? You will take up another body, fresh, new body, imagine. And when you get a new body, imagine, new wife, new husband. Ayo, Swamiji, I never thought those things. Then I want to die. What do you want to die? Whether you want or not, death is inevitable. Body is perishable. Body shall die. But you cannot die. Period. But remember, like I said, you can dye your hair. You can dye your clothes. My experience of dyeing the clothes, amazing. So one who has no delusion is Dhiraha. Think. Now, the end of the Yajna, tomorrow Yajna will end. End of the Yajna is not your end. So too, you will survive after the death of your body. So only a dead person knows that he is not dead. But we have to wait for it. But our experience, all the vicissitudes of childhood, teenage, middle age, old age, all these we saw, I existed in all the changes of the body. So the final change is called the death. Then I will be there. You take up another body. Thus, you recycle your body. But Swamiji, you say I was there at all times, but I don't remember my past. Why I don't remember my past? Thank God we don't remember the past. The divine has put a compassionate curtain over our past memory, past lives. Imagine if you just remember 10 lives, just 10 lives of the past. Then what? 10 spouses or more, we don't know. Imagine the sorrow. Isn't it? Same intimacy. And the 10 lives means what? 40, 50 children. Same attachment. Same sorrow. Imagine that. You cannot live this present life. Therefore, the divine puts a curtain over our past. Even this life's past causes a psychiatric condition. What to talk of the past lives? So we will not be able to handle. Moreover, we are so friendly now. You respect me. You love me. I hope. Suddenly you remember your 6th life. I cheated you in your 6th life. So when you remember that I cheated you in your 6th life, what will you do? You start shouting at me. You will even unmute and shout. You rascal, you cheated me. I don't remember. I say, when did I cheat you? 6th life, remember? So thank God, God put a curtain. So just as in this body itself, did you die when your childhood died? Did you die when your youthhood died? So just as in this body, the self passes through childhood, youth, old age, so too after death, it passes to another body. So Arjuna says, okay, I understand that I don't die. Understood. But what about the sorrows while living? It's so miserable living. And you say, don't grieve. So many sorrows I have to go through. Right now, I'm going to, listening to you itself is a sorrow. And one more day I have to come. What a sorrow. Living is hell, especially nowadays with this pandemic and all. But we are not appreciating the glory of this online, all this glory of technology, isn't it? So you may say living is hell. Remember, hell also is good because you get cleansed. Hell is laundry service. You get washed, pressed, and you come out clean. But however, Lord, since the question comes, how to live? So in the living, I don't die, I know. But while living the sorrows, and you say don't grieve, how to face the sorrows in while living? So now Lord tells us how to meet the pains and sorrows while living. Next verse. Verse 14. Matra sparshastu kaunteya.
Matra sparshastu kaunteya.
Shitoshna sukha dukhadaha.
Shitoshna sukha dukhadaha.
Agamapayino nityaha.
Agamapayino nityaha.
Tan stitikshasva bharata.
Tan stitikshasva bharata.
So beautiful verse, very, very important verse, especially while you're facing the challenges, how to face your sorrows, how to face the pains and sorrows of life. We are so capable in using our intellect in studying the objective world. Look at the instruments of destruction man has made. Can even destroy a particular genes. Look at the technological speed. Right now you can see we are able to enjoy this experience of the Gita via Zoom. So we are very good in studying the objective world. What about your own? What about yourself? We don't analyze. Why don't you use the intellect in studying yourself? Examine your own experiences. We never examine our experiences. So Krishna is saying, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkadaha. Hey Kaunteya, means Om, son of Mother Kunti. Matra sparshaha, shita, ushna, sukha, dukkadaha. These physical sensations of cold and heat, pleasure and pain, they are born only by the contact of the senses with their objects. So only when you contact the senses, contacting the BMI, contacting OET, then what happens? Shita or Ushna. Shita, Ushna, physical. Sukha, Dukkha, mental. Sukha, Dukkha, Daha, etc. Then these experiences, Agama, and Apayinaha. Agama, Apayinaha means Agama, they come. Apayina, they go. Means they have a beginning and they have an end. They never say permanently. Anityaha, they are impermanent. They are impermanent in their nature. Therefore Krishna says, Tasmat, hey Arjuna, Tan titikshasva, hey Bharata. Titikshasva, bear them patiently. Hey Bharata, O descendant of the brave Bharata. Hey Arjuna, you are the descendant of that brave Bharata. Tan titikshasva, bear them patiently. Have patience. Because you are Kaunteya, the son of that reverential mother who boldly said, O Lord, give me sorrow. Who will ask like that? Give me sorrow. Why? When I am suffering, I remember you. And when I remember you, immediately you are present. So she is the bold lady who said, Oh Lord, give me sorrow. And you are her son. So Matra Sparsha, meaning Matra. Matra means that which measures, or that by which you measure. That's called matra. Meaning, our sense organs, they measure. What do sense organs measure? Sense objects. Measure means, oh, it is so good. It is so beautiful. It is this size. It is this form. It is this color. The eyes measure. Ears measure the sound, the quality of the sound. So you are doing it. You are measuring with your eyes. You are measuring with your ears. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. You are measuring. Your mind is measuring various feelings. And of course, your intellect, measuring the ideas, the concepts. See that how these activities are going on. So Krishna is saying, BMI contacting OET. BMI contacting OET. Matra sparsha. So matra sparsha is the kaunteya. What happens when the BMI contacts OET? All experiences come. What are the experiences? Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha, Mana, Apamana, Labha, Alabha. All these various pairs of opposites. But only by contact. If you don't contact, no experience. As in deep sleep. Just as the electrical energy, the power, electrical power will not shock you unless you go and touch it. Isn't it? When you go and touch it, naturally it will shock you. A mother-in-law from the village. It's a big joint family. And she's a very energetic lady. And she is used to cooking for the entire family. 20, 30 people every day she'll be cooking. And her daughter has come to the city, Mumbai. And the daughter has been inviting, Mom, we got the new apartment. So please come. We have an extra bedroom for you. Please come. So mom said, okay, I'm coming. And she comes to Mumbai. When she came to Mumbai, she saw the huge full apartment. She thought her son-in-law owns his son. The whole apartment is her son-in-law's. The entire apartment. But only when she went inside, she was shocked. The tiny 2-bedroom apartment. She said, well, I thought the whole building. No, so daughter explained, Amma, this is only our bedroom, our apartment. The whole thing. So there are about hundreds of families in this apartment. So now she's used to everything huge. And then when she's daughter's home, everything like a toy. Like the children are given toys to play cooking and all. Like that, it looks all small vessels. And kitchen is so small, she can only enter sideways. So she feels miserable, but she cannot keep quiet because energy is there. She starts cooking and cleaning. And small apartment. So she finishes quickly cleaning everything. Still so much energy is there. So she starts looking everywhere. Then she saw the electrical outlet. And inside all dirt. And she can't put her finger in it. So she took a pin. And started cleaning inside the electrical outlet. What will happen? Shocked. Then that shock made her jump and lie down flat. She's lying down flat. Daughter came running and then and son-in-law was enjoying. Silently, of course. Son-in-law enjoying. See that electricity? You may complain the electricity shocked me. Why will electricity shock you? You went and touched it. Matra sparsha. Sukha dukkha. So matra sparsha kaunteya. Shitoshna sukha dukkadaha. Agama painaha. They come and they go. It's a beautiful Gurudev used to tell. This happened about 30, 40 years ago. 2 friends in India. 2 friends, that is Mr. Murthy and Mr. Rao. Murthy and Rao. And they had both the friends had only 1 son each. And Murthi's son is called Samba Murthy. And Rao's son is Samba Shiva Rao. See that? Murthi's son, Samba Murthy. And Rao's son, Samba Shiva Rao. And both intelligent guys, both came to America. And when they came to America, what will happen? Samba Murthy will become Sam. Samba Shiva Rao will become Sam. Both became Sam. And they told the parents also that we are, Mom, Dad, we are called Sam. And parents also very proud. My son, Sam. They also started calling Sam, Sam. Now, one day what happened? Telegram comes to Rao, Mr. Rao. Telegram. What telegram? Sam, accident. Safe, hospital. Because this 30, 40 years ago, only a telegram. And that too, they can't waste money. Short sentences. Sam, accident. Safe, hospital. Now, what to understand? This man thought, Sam, accident. Safe, the hospital is safe or what? Who is safe? When Rao got this telegram, he started screaming, crying out loudly. Murthy comes running and tries to console. Murthy consoles Rao. Said, don't worry, Rao. My son, Samba Murthy is there. Sam is there. He will take very good care of our Samba Shiva Rao. He will take good care. This is how Murthy consoles Rao. Next day, another cable comes to Rao. Rao is scared to open the telegram because he is expecting the worst. So Murthy goes, because Murthy is not affected. So Murthy goes, Murthy opens it very boldly. And what it reads, it says, Samba Murthy accident. Safe, hospital. Because lucky the Samba Shiva Rao understood that there must be some misunderstanding. So he sent another cable saying, Samba Murthy had accident, but safe in hospital. The cable sent to Samba Shiva Rao. Now Murthy starts crying. See that? And the same Rao, he consoles Murthy. Don't worry, Murthy. My son Samba Shiva Rao is there. He will take very good care of our Samba Murthy. See that? Same consolation. When Murthy's son had the accident, yet Murthy unaffected because no matra sparsha. He thought the sparsha was for Rao's son. Rao's son was safe, yet Rao is crying. Why? Matra sparsha. He got the sparsha that his son had accident. Next day, another cable comes. Rao scared to open, but Murthy opens. And when Murthy got the matra sparsha, that Samba Murthy had accident, Murthy starts crying out. See that? All matra sparsha. Means first Rao lamenting, next day Murthy lamenting. See that? Agama Bainaha, they come and go. First it was Rao's turn to cry. Murthy's turn to be happy. Next day another telegram. Murthy's turn to cry. And then Rao's turn happily consoling Murthy. Agama Bainaha. See that? So matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukadukkadaha agama apainaha tanti tikshasva. Isn't it? Agama apaina, they come and go. And then Krishna adds anityaha. See, agama apaina means coming and going. Anitya means impermanent. But why Krishna is using double? Impermanent. Anitya means impermanent. They are impermanent in their nature. When said agama apaina, that itself is coming and going, means not permanent. They come and go. They have a beginning and they have an end, means not permanent. Why repeat? Maybe Swami Dheerananda, he keeps on repeating. See that? But Krishna is not a South Indian, but still Krishna also may repeat for Arjuna's sake. But there's a deeper significance. Anityaha means impermanent, but it has an extra significance. Meaning, impermanent means that is the same thing or the same being which gives joy at one moment. The same thing or being may give solid, concentrated, saturated sorrows. Same thing or same being. Same thing. Earlier days in the movies gave you so much joy. Every day you watched a movie. Nowadays, So many choices of movies, but you don't have the feeling to watch. See that? So joys of the movie gone. Now you like to watch documentaries. Earlier, documentary means you never even wanted to watch. Now you watch documentaries. Think. So the same thing which gave you joy once, that very same thing can give you sorrow. The same being, the person who gave you joys, that very same person can give you solid, concentrated, saturated sorrows. Do you want any example? How that you may, some may shake your own in the just after marriage for few months. I don't know how many months. Joy, oh joy, my spouse, the best spouse. Whatever I say, my spouse says yes. I'm only using the word spouse. You apply, isn't it? Best spouse. And slowly, what happens? After 6 months, after 1 year, the same spouse gives solid, concentrated, saturated sorrows. Thus, anityaha, whatever the thing or being, it will not permanently give you joy or sorrow. And the same thing or being cannot give permanent joy or sorrow. Anityaha, impermanent. Hey, Bharata, you are the descendant of that brave Bharata. Be brave and courageous. That Bharata was so brave and courageous from his childhood. In his childhood, he used to count the teeth of the tiger. How brave he was. So you are the descendant of that brave Bharata. Tan titikshasva. Bear these pairs. Joy and sorrow. Heat and cold. Profit and loss. Honor and dishonor. All these, bear it. Hey Bharata, tan titikshasva. Bear them patiently. So heat and cold is an idiom. All physical experiences are included in that. Heat and cold. Joy and sorrow at the mental level. All experience of the mind, joy and sorrow. And at the intellectual, mana, apamana, or profit and loss. So all experience of the intellect. The pairs of opposites at the BMI level. And all these, remember, CCI. CCI means C, C, I. C means contact. Another C means come and go. I means impermanent. Contact means matra sparsha. Come and go means agama paina. And impermanent means anityaha. So remember, C, C, I. Do you see? You say, I see. Tan titikshasva. Bear them patiently. Have patience. In summer camp, my children, they learn the values, the sadhana chatushtaya. What I learned in brahmachari course, my children are learning in summer camp. I could never imagine that what is happening in the brahmachari course, my children know it even now. So now let us see that sadhana chatushtaya. So Mani will share that and Sridhanya will repeat after me. Viveka.
Viveka, insight, I will do what is right.
Vairagya.
Vairagya, dispassion, I will conquer my likes and dislikes.
Shama.
Shama, peaceful mind, I will keep my mind peaceful.
Dhamma.
Dhamma, sense control, I will perceive good and do good.
Uparama.
Uparama, silence, I will fulfill my duties.
Titiksha.
Titiksha, endurance, I will endure pain and sorrow.
Shraddha.
Shraddha, faith, I will develop faith.
Samadhanam.
Samadhanam, concentration, I will be quiet, alert, and vigilant.
Mumukshutvam.
Mumukshutvam, freedom. O Lord, may I be free from sorrow.
See that? How beautiful it is. So Viveka, I will do what is right. Vairagya, I will conquer my likes and dislikes. Shama, peaceful mind. I will keep my mind peaceful. Dhamma, I will perceive good and do good. And Uparama, I will fulfill my duties. Uparama means silence means what? You are withdrawing from all useless activities. You are not engaged in useless. So you fulfill your duties. Then Uparama. Titiksha. This is what here Tan Titikshasva Krishna says. Titikshasva means endure, forbear. So Titiksha, endurance. I will endure pain and sorrow. Shraddha, faith. I will develop faith. Samadhanam, concentration. I will be quiet, alert, and vigilant. And one who has all this, and such a person has a burning desire for mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam means, oh Lord, please bless me. Bless me, please. May I be free from sorrow. You should see the children telling it so beautiful. So, hey Kaunteya, O son of Mother Kunti, the physical sensations, cold and heat, pleasure and pain are born only by the contact of the senses. The senses contacting their respective sense objects. Then, joy or sorrow, pain or pleasure. All these experiences, the pairs of opposites. Agama painaha, they come and go. They have a beginning and they have an end. And anityaha means impermanent, means the same thing or being cannot guarantee the same experience every time. So agama painaha anityaha tan stitikshasva. See that how beautifully Krishna gives. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukadukkadaha agama painaha anityaha. Hey Bharata tan titikshasva. So, hey Arjuna, you are the descendant of that brave Bharata. Tan titikshasva, bear them patiently. Now, we may ask, Swamiji, okay, I will bear. But what will I get if I bear? What will I get? Krishna gives the next verse. What is the reward for titiksha? If you are enduring, you are forbearing, what is the reward Krishna gives? So, let us chant. Yam hi na vyathayantyete.
Yam hi na vyathayantyete.
Purusham purusharshabha.
Purusham purusharshabha.
Samadukha sukham dhiram.
Samadukha sukham dhiram.
Somrutatvaya kalpate.
Somritatvaya kalpate.
All beautiful verses. So, yam hina vyatayanti ete. He purusham purusharshabha. So, Krishna is addressing Arjuna. He purusha rishabha. Bull among men. In those days, it was a compliment. Nowadays, if you call somebody a bull, or even the Chicago Bulls, that way you can imagine. So, yam hina vyatayanti ete purusham purusharshabha means one who is not oscillated, disturbed, agitated by the experiences of ete. These, what? Joy and sorrow, pain and pleasure, profit and loss, honor, dishonor. One who is not agitated by the experience of joys and sorrows, etc. Thrills and ills of life. Not disturbed. Samadukha sukham dhiram. Samadukha sukham means who is same in pain and pleasure. Joy and sorrow, he is sama. Saha somrutatvaya kalpate. Saha amrutatvaya kalpate. Such a person who is balanced in all the pairs. Such a person is fit, qualified for what? amrutatvaya. What amrita? Amrita means immortality. So Krishna is saying, Yam hina vyatayanti ete purusham purushashabha. Means one who is not disturbed by the pairs. Means when sorrow is coming, never why I am going through this. Never say why this sorrow. Like why headache? Why headache means you got a head, therefore headache. Take some aspirin and just sit down. That's a time to peacefully sit down. Nobody, you tell people, maybe you can put a sign, headache, don't disturb me. And you silently sit. No, but you keep on telling everyone and give headache to everyone around you. You become a repellent for everybody. Take medicine, keep quiet. Headache, why? Because I have a head. That way you can tell. Somebody asks, why headache? Why headache? I got a head, therefore I got headache. One patient went to a doctor. The doctor, he was having migraine. Migraine means one side pain. So doctor jokingly, because doctor was a very humorous doctor. So doctor said, the patient also humorous. So since the patient is humorous, doctor said humorously, oh, as much head, so much pain. Because migraine. Patient also was, he got affected by that. He said, oh doctor, now I know why you have no pain at all. Means no pain. No pain means no brain. The doctor said, as much head, so much pain. So much means he's a half head, therefore half brains. That's what doctor hinted. This fellow says, I know why you don't have any pain, because no brains. So, yam hina vyatayanti ete, one who is not disturbed by pain or pleasure, joy or sorrow, honor or dishonor, profit or loss. He is not disturbed. So here you can imagine two words. It's called manasthiti and paristhiti. Two very important words. Manasthiti means mental climate. Paristhiti means the external situation. Manasthiti, my mental condition. Paristhiti, the external condition. So our case is what? When the paristhiti is 6s and 7s, my manasthiti is 6s and 7s. So our mind today is like a thermometer. What thermometer does? It shows you the temperature outside. If outside temperature is minus 22, thermometer will say minus 22. If outside temperature is 120, your thermometer will say 120. That is thermometer. So our mind is like thermometer. Outside sorrow, my mind is sorrowful. Outside joy, my mind starts jumping in joy. See that? But after the coming to Chinmaya mission, after studying Gita, the person changes. I change my mind from thermometer to thermostat. Imagine if your mind becomes thermostat. You adjust the temperature. You adjust your manasthiti based on paristhiti. You adjust your mind's condition based on the external situation. If outside is 120 degrees, summer, hot summer, 120 degrees, what do? You adjust your thermostat 68 degrees and enjoy the cool atmosphere. You adjust the temperature. Outside in winter, minus 22, you adjust your thermostat to 70 degrees in winter. See that? So make your mind a thermostat. Adjust the mind, manasthiti, according to paristhiti. So you change. Only you can adjust yourself. If outside snow, you can't put the leather all over. You put boots. Outside rain, you put the raincoat or carry an umbrella. So adjust here, not trying adjusting outside. So imagine a boat tied to the jetty in the harbor. The boat, because tied there, starts bumping up and down because of the waves. Now, if you are sitting in the boat, then you'll be bumping. But suppose you are sitting on the shore, would you be bumping? I will not bump, isn't it? But if I'm in the boat, I have to bump. But if I'm on the shore, think. So stand apart from the BMI and watch the Sakshi Bhava. Glorious. A piece of wood floating in the oceanic waters is at the mercy of the waves. Wherever the waves take, it will go. But the lighthouse stands firm, rock solid foundation. The lighthouse doesn't bump up and down. Not only it doesn't bump up and down, it's a lighthouse, a guiding light for all others who are lost in the sea of samsara. So, a Dhira Purusha, for him, he has made his mind like a thermostat. They will not disturb him. His manasthiti will not act according to paristhiti. He will adjust his manasthiti according to the paristhiti. Is sama, dukkha, sukham. Such a person is called Dhiram, who is same in pain and pleasure. Not that pain and pleasure is same. He is same to pain and pleasure. Who? Dhiram, Dhira Purusha. So here Dhira means balanced. Balanced means always quiet, alert, vigilant. That's what we saw in Gurudev. His mind always quiet, intellect alert and vigilant. And Gurudev used to say these words every time. Make your mind quiet. Make your intellect alert and vigilant. So this quiet, alert, vigilant is the Maha Mantra. This is the Sattvic mind. Now you may ask, Swamiji, why should I be balanced? What will I get if I am balanced? Why should I learn the art of balancing? So Krishna gives here, Somrutattvaya kalpate. If you are balanced, if you are learning the art of balancing, maintaining the balance, you become fit. You become qualified. Qualified for what? Amrita. Mrita means death. Amrita means deathless. Death means what? Change. Yesterday died. 2019. 2018 died. 2019 dying. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2019 died. 2020 dying. 2021 will be born. This change is called Mrita. So 2019 died. 2020 was born. 2020 dying. See that? Yesterday died. Morning died. Evening born. This change is called Mrita. Amrita, changeless. Because he is maintaining the balance in all the changes of life. When he is able to maintain a balance in all the changes of experiences, so he is standing on something firm. So he knows to balance. Such a person can realize the changeless reality. So he becomes fit for Amrita, fit for immortality, fit for the changeless reality. Now the question will come. It is for those who are thinking, contemplating. What question will come? Okay, I will bear, then I will become fit for immortality. But how long should I bear? How long should I bear? We are bearing, we are enduring. Thinking how? That it is all, the pain is real. The pleasure is real. The joy is real. Sorrow is real. Profit is real. Loss is real. Honor is real. Dishonor is real. So we are thinking all the experiences are real. It will be very difficult to forbear if we think it is all real. If we think it is real, we suffer. Movie. Those who think it's very real and they fall into it, they identify with it, they suffer. Isn't it? When the hero is above, they think hero is going to die. When the hero is going to die, you just look at your time. It's an Indian movie. It's only half an hour done. Only half an hour the hero cannot die. So whenever the situation comes, the hero is about to die, you look at your time. Oh, only half an hour. So I don't think hero will die. Because another 2.5 hours is there. What will they do? Even though it's a tragic movie, I'm told it's a tragedy movie, but so quickly he will not die. That's whenever you means you are able to observe. You're not seeing there, you're looking at the time. You're standing apart. But when you know it is not real, movie is not real, then you can easily balance. You can observe how he's acting, how she's acting. You start appreciating how beautifully she's crying. How beautiful. Her crying is very good. And few ladies will be crying in the theater. And you watch, enjoy them also crying. Because you can't identify and cry. Because you know it is all a movie, unreal. So movie is real or unreal? Definitely unreal. But movie we identify. If we identify with it while the movie is going on and when the sorrowful scene we cry, still it is okay. Because we are identifying with a good movie. It's a very good movie, very good actors, and we identify and we cry. It's okay. But after the movie also, after 1 hour, you start crying. Movie is over. And after 1 hour, you're still crying. That is ridiculous. Even after the movie, if you cry. During a sad situation, my mind is unhappy. It is okay. But if the mind is unhappy, even after the incident, after 20 years also still, that is ridiculous. Also, if my mind is unhappy, why should I be unhappy? See that when you have learned the art of balancing, you can detect this. You will start feeling, okay, my mind is unhappy. When my mind is unhappy, why should I be unhappy? If you're having a dog, very easy. Your dog is scratching. When your dog is scratching, will you also scratch? And I see you scratch. What are you doing? Scratching something. Why are you? My dog. My dog is scratching. Why don't you take your leg and scratch? The dog is scratching with its leg. When my dog is scratching, I will not scratch. And I watch. Maybe I should give some flea treatment, something I think is bothered. So I should give some cleaning. That's how you start thinking. So too, when your mind is sorrowing, mind is worried, mind is anxious, you look at it. I think it needs some treatment. Some japa has to be done. Some puja has to be done. Attend to Swami Dheerananda's class. All this, these are the treatment you give. So mind, you're able to stand apart and watch your mind. You are becoming balanced. Titiksha. So titiksha can be easily practiced if you don't give any reality. But with the titiksha, when you are practicing, by giving reality, it can be practiced. So titiksha can be practiced by giving reality also. But how long can you practice? Willpower. How long your willpower will be there? So there may be some, you have a very good willpower, and because of titiksha, even though you're giving reality to the situations, all the experiences, even though you're giving reality, because of your titiksha, you're forbearing. But even the greatest person with the greatest willpower will collapse one day. So if you give reality to the experiences, you cannot be balanced for long. Think about it. As long as we value something, it is it is very easy. It is likely to make us yield to its temptations. Because we are valuing it. So we will be tempted by it. As long as an honest man has value for money, he's an honest man. But if he has value for money, then temptation to yield to a bigger bribe. He may not yield to small bribes, but he has value for money. So he will bow down to bigger bribes, isn't it? Because he has value for money. If you don't have value for money, you think it's a monopoly money. You're playing with your child and your child bribes you with monopoly money. What will you do? You know it's a monopoly money because it's unreal. Or even here he gives you Indian, because he has got, his grandfather has given him a lot of Indian rupees. Okay, daddy, I'll give you Indian rupees. Dad knows what's the use, Indian rupees here. I will not be able to use it. So, but if I have value for it, if I value money, I will be tempted with one somewhere or the other. So giving too much value for BMI. If I give too much value to BMI, what will happen? They will make us yield to their unending demands. One demand for another demand. Demand over demand. So BMI will be constantly demanding you. So you may ask, Swamiji, so what we are experiencing, is it really unreal? You must be shocked. So what I'm experiencing is not real? Think. What we are experiencing, is it really, really real? So you mean to say it is not real? Why don't you analyze whether it is real or unreal? Analyze. I never analyzed like this. This is the first time I'm listening. Is it real? The world is real? You're asking me? I never thought that. So how to analyze whether it's real or unreal? The most famous, beautiful verse comes, verse 16. It's a beautiful verse. Let us see verse 16. Nasato vidyate bhavaha.
Nasato vidyate bhavaha.
Na bhavo vidyate sataha.
Na bhavo vidyate sataha.
Ubhayorapi drishtontaha.
Ubhayorapi drishtontaha.
Tvanayostatva darshibhihi.
Tvanayostatva darshibhihi.
The beautiful verse. So, nasato vidyate bhavaha. Na asataha vidyate bhavaha. Means asataha bhavaha. Na vidyate. Asataha means the unreal. Na vidyate bhava means the unreal never is. The unreal never exists. Isn't it? Do you see horns on my head? My horns does not exist. Never it existed. You may see it. That is your hallucination. So, asataha bhava. The horns are not existing. It is not there. So, to unreal never exists. Isn't it? That's one point. Asataha bhavaha na vidyate. The unreal never exists. Now, next. Na bhavo vidyate sataha. Sataha. Sataha means real. Sataha api abhava. Abhava means non-existence. Bhava, existence. The unreal never exists. Whereas here sataha api abhava means the real never ceases to exist. Meaning the real always exists. Simply if you put, the unreal never exists. Real always exists. Simple. That's more easy to understand. The unreal never exists. The real always exists. So, na sato vidyate bhavaha, na bhavo vidyate sataha, ubhayorapi drishtontaha, tvanayos tattvadarshibhihi. Tattvadarshibhihi. Tattvadarshibhihi means the darshibi, tattvadarshi, the knowers of truth. This is known by the knowers of truth. Those who know the truth, they know this. They know that unreal never exists. They know that real always exists. The Tattvadarshis, the knowers of the truth. So, anayoho ubayoho antaha drishtaha. Anayoho ubayoho, ubayorapi. Anayoho ubayoho. Of these two, which two? Unreal and real. So the essence, the final truth of these two is seen. Seen means known. They can clearly see through what is unreal and what is real. They declare that unreal never exists. Real always exists. So the final truth of these two, real and unreal, is seen by the knowers of the truth. Now you may wonder, Swamiji, how can we not give reality to what is happening? It is all unreal. It's too much. Just because you are given the opportunity to talk, you can say anything you want. It is not my, I'm giving Krishna's ideas. And more than 6,000 years it has been coming down, the same words. Imagine our children, they all know these verses. So they know what the words that have been coming from 6,000 years, they know it. So how can we not give reality to what is happening? Now analyze. What is real? What is real? Did you think over? But we don't think. Because Kripana means, if I think, Swamiji, I don't want to spend thinking. I have the power to think, but I don't think. So Shankara gives the beautiful, Acharya Shankara gives the beautiful definition of what is real. He says, Yad Vishaya Buddhihi na vyabhicharati tat sat. Think about it. Yat Vishaya Buddhihi na vyabhicharati tat sat. That is real. What? That regarding which your buddhi, your thoughts does not change. That regarding which your thought does not change. That is real. This is a definition. And then he adds, what is unreal? Yad vishaya buddhihi vyabhicharati tat asat. That regarding which your thought changes. That is unreal. Very nice to hear this and all, but I don't understand. Think. Unreal means that which is constantly changing. Not only changing, it is changing means it is depending on, also it depends upon something else. It is not independent. So unreal changes and has no independent existence. Whereas real, changeless and exists independently. That's why example always helps. Now, think about it. Gold and gold ornaments. Gold ornaments. Gold is changeless and independent. And gold ornaments keep changing. And the gold ornament is depending upon gold. Isn't it? Think about it. All the gold ornaments, earring, nose ring, eyebrow ring, cheek ring, lip ring, tongue ring. These are all new rings are coming. Isn't it? So, earring is not nose ring. Nose ring is not eyebrow ring. Eyebrow ring is not cheek ring. Cheek ring is not lip ring. Lip ring is not tongue ring. So, when you're thinking of earring, there's no thought of nose ring. When you're thinking of nose ring, there's no thought of cheek ring. When you're thinking of cheek ring, there's no thought of lip ring. When you're thinking of lip ring, there's no thought of tongue ring. See, changing. But in and through all the changing rings, there is a golden, changeless thought. Gold earring, gold nose ring, gold cheek ring, gold eyebrow ring, gold lip ring, gold tongue ring. Even though you may not say, you are only saying earring, nose ring, eyebrow ring, cheek ring, lip ring, tongue ring, but gold. Imagine you lost your ring, one of your finger ring, you lost. And you are hunting for it everywhere, because while washing or something, you generally people remove the ring, and where you removed and kept, you don't know. You start searching. That is a wedding ring. Now you're searching and you're almost anxiously searching. At that time, your only daughter. I say, Mom, don't worry, Mom. You take my ring. What? Plastic ring. Because the child thinks, because your ring is missing, therefore you're anxious, you're worried, you're unhappy. Okay, Mom, take my ring. What will mother do? Mother hugs the baby. Thank God, baby, I have you. You are the only one who can understand. And then console. And then the child thinks, oh, no, mom is very happy. Okay, mommy, I'll go and play. And will you stop searching for your ring? You start frantically searching. By getting the plastic ring, what do you want? That gold ring. So the rings, gold ring is not earring. Earring is not eyebrow ring. Eyebrow ring is not cheek ring. But the same gold in all. Moreover, you can even change. Imagine you had the earring. You can melt and smelt and make it into nose ring. Nowadays, they don't even melt and smelt. They just switch the earring to nose ring. Nowadays, they do that. Isn't it? So any ornament can be changed to any other ornament. Is it that? But same gold. The gold is changeless amidst all the changing ornaments. Amazing. Isn't it? And the ornaments depend upon gold. Ornaments cannot exist by itself. Imagine. If the ornament has not got the gold, it is not called gold ornament. If the boyfriend gives a gold necklace to the girlfriend and they go to the beach, and in the beach they play in the water and the neck becomes green, and the neck becomes green, what will the girlfriend do? She will make the boy black and blue because he gave a fake gold necklace. Think? So ornaments are changing. Gold changeless. And ornaments depend upon gold. Gold independent. Understood this? Now, unreal changes. And unreal has no independent existence. Real changeless. And real exists independently. Now, apply. What to apply, Swamiji? You are conscious of pain. You are conscious of pleasure. You're conscious of joy. You're conscious of honor. You're conscious of dishonor. Because all your experiences is a conscious pain. If not, you'll not be conscious of pain. Isn't it? When you're conscious of pain, it's a conscious pain. Conscious pleasure. If pleasure is there and you're not conscious of it, what's the use? So conscious pain, conscious pleasure, conscious joy, conscious sorrow, conscious honor. Imagine when you're conscious of the honor, it's a conscious honor, and conscious dishonor. But now, when you're conscious of pain, are you conscious of pleasure? So when you're conscious of pain, you are not conscious of pleasure. When you're conscious of pleasure, you're not conscious of pain. Isn't it? Apply all. When you're conscious of sorrow, you're not conscious of joy. When you're conscious of joy, you're not conscious of sorrow. When you're conscious of dishonor, you're not conscious of honor. When you're conscious of honor, you're not conscious of dishonor. So in all these experiences, that illuminating light of consciousness, that Chinmaya, is changeless. The same consciousness is illuminating your pain and pleasure. The same consciousness illuminating your joy and sorrow. The same consciousness is illuminating your honor and dishonor. So conscious pain. When I had the leg pain, conscious pain. Conscious pleasure, conscious joy, conscious sorrow, conscious honor, conscious dishonor, conscious profit, conscious loss, all this. So these pain and pleasure, joy and sorrow, honor and dishonor cannot exist by themselves unless you're conscious of it. So they depend upon consciousness for them to be experienced. If you're not conscious of pain, where is pain? As in deep sleep. When you're in deep sleep, you're not conscious of pain, even though there may be pain. Anesthesia, what's that? Propofol. I was given epidural, the propofol. So people ask me, Swamiji, why epidural you're being given? It's only pregnant, expecting mothers or pregnant ladies are given the epidural. Why are you given epidural? I said, you don't know. What we don't know? I am pregnant with ideas. Oh. And I deliver lectures. Therefore, I got epidural. Oh, very nice. So you also be pregnant with ideas and deliver lectures, then you get the blessing of propofol. So all our experiences, unless the consciousness illumines, no experience is valid. Isn't it? It is the touch of consciousness that makes everything valid. And that consciousness never changing. And everything depends upon it. If you're not conscious of it, it doesn't exist. This consciousness is changeless and independent. Therefore, it is real. And whatever you're conscious of is changing. Pain changes to pleasure. Pleasure changes to pain. Pain changes to pleasure. Like that keeps on going. Joy to sorrow, sorrow to joy, joy to sorrow. Like that goes on. Honor to dishonor, dishonor to honor, profit to loss, loss to profit. Goes on. So if you know that that which is changing is unreal, that which is depending upon consciousness is unreal. So this is the definition of real and unreal. So those who know this, they are called the wise people. Tattvadarshibhihi. So Tattvadarshibhihi, they see these two. They know the nature of the real, they know the nature of the unreal. Ubayoho, anayoho, antaha drashtaha. They have seen the final truth of these two. That the real is changeless. The real is independent. And they also know the unreal is constantly changing. And the unreal depends upon the real. Isn't it? So nice. So beautiful. So I did my quota today. Since I did my quota, so they need some time to make some very important announcements. So now, thank you very much for coming, and please listen to the announcements and try to participate. Thank you very much.
सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
Please do namaskaram to the Aarti.